There is no problem that doesn't have a solution. You can take that to the bank. There is no problem that doesn't have the solution. What the solution is, I don't know. But I know that there's no problem in the world. Now, this is where we're going to park our cars. And I'll just spend about 5 or 10 minutes on it, and then I'll continue next week. If our guests, if my invited guest has confirmed, then we'll adjust.
Number one problem in lead generation is too many people are attempting to move people towards pleasure instead of moving them away from pain. You're saying 7 steps to 7 figures. 7 steps to 7 figures is a terrible headline for lead generation. You know what a better headline is? The 7 biggest mistakes that's keeping entrepreneurs from 7 figures. They both say the same thing, but the entrepreneur already knows they're not making 7 figures. They also know that it's really, really hard to make $60,000 a year, so they think if I'm going to go from $60,000 a year to 7 figures, it's got to be that much harder, so I don't believe you. 7 steps to 7 figures, I don't believe you. But the 7 biggest mistakes entrepreneurs are making that keep them from 7 figures, that's easier to believe.
Do you get where he's going with this? And this is one of the biggest mistakes I've made in ministry, is I've always tried to put a positive thing on my messages. And it doesn't attract people. And sometimes I try to teach my leaders sometimes that you can't sell to people what you are not. I don't know if I'm making sense. You can tell them God is a very great God, but if he's not great to you, technically you are lying. Am I making sense? Even though he's a great God. Am I making sense? And so you must always put your assurances on him, not on your, and you know what I mean, your ability to do anything with him or through him. Am I making sense? In terms of teaching people. Let me take this a little further. I want to move this a little further, and I want you to listen to what he's going to say something. Let me explain it. Let me pre-explain it. He said it is easier for you to trust a stranger to help you out of danger than to trust a familiar person to help you into prosperity. You're going to hear it.
You create a lead magnet, put these words on a headline. 5 biggest mistakes, blah, 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 makes that causes them to have this problem. If you're a marriage counselor, 7 things you should never say to your spouse or you will end up in divorce court. It needs to be 5 biggest potholes on the road to financial independence, 7 biggest mistakes, 7 biggest pitfalls. We will trust a stranger to lead us away from pain. We will not trust a stranger to lead us towards pleasure. And so you create lead magnets that lead people away from pain.
Do you get where he's going right now? He's saying the way to sell whatever you are selling is to sell it in such a way that it delivers people from the pain that they are already running away from. So everything we've said this morning, hasn't it got to do with problems? Am I making sense? So we have to understand that people will trust us when we try to move them away from problems. Not when we try to tell them how good we are. I can promise you that most of us came to salvation because we were afraid of going to hell more than we were hoping to buy a Jeep in Christ Jesus. Am I right? We had something to lose. Am I making sense? If we didn't believe God. Am I making sense? So let me I just want to do this for about a few minutes. I'm not going to have time to do it. He says, people act faster to escape from pain than to gain pleasure. Pain creates urgency. Pleasure creates delay. The most valuable people are those who remove pain. I've never had there's sometimes when I'll call Pastor Lasakwe here,